All right, Pick Six brought to you by Davidson's Liquors. So a couple of nights ago on the Conan O'Brien show, Marshawn Lynch of Seattle was the guest, and we know about his love for Skittles. So Conan and his staff put together this huge tub of Skittles and asked him to dive as if he were scoring a touchdown. Dive into the end zone of Skittles. So, if you could dive into the end zone of something, what would it be? Pick six
Well,
things.
first of all, I'd write that where there weren't prepositions, two prepositions at the end of that sentence would be the first thing I'd do. Oh, it's
You're
me.
first.
I'm going first. Okay, number 6. These are things I would dive into. M&Ms. I would dive in there and I would eat all the
Plain or
M&Ms.
peanut?
Peanut, I think. I'd go with the peanut. Or maybe I'd have some or both, or even those crispy things they brought
not
back,
bad.
and maybe the ones that are at Easter. And, you got enough that you can have some of each. M&Ms.
As long as it's not Eminem, the rapper, we're good. Okay.
5. Top
That would
shelf.
not be fun.
Top shelf margaritas prepared by Jimmy Buffett. I got to tell you, if you haven't seen Jurassic World, have you ever?
My son's
Don't
seen
ruin
it
it for
twice,
me. I'm
and I
going
still
this
haven't
weekend.
seen it.
But this is a helpful tip for that. There's a scene where the dinosaurs are kind of coming into the village.
That's when the Rockies last got a free agent to come here, but go ahead.
Okay, when they're when the dinosaurs are coming through, and that's not ruining the movie for you. There is a Margaritaville restaurant, a bar. You know Margaritaville?
Yeah,
Yes,
Jimmy
yes.
Buffett. Yeah.
People are scurrying. You see a guy reach on a table and grab 2 margaritas. That is Jimmy Buffett.
Is it?
And nobody
It's a
knows that he's
cameo.
Oh, I'll
in the
look for
movie.
that.
He does a cameo in Jurassic World. But you've got to, when you go see it, you've got to watch very quickly or you're going to miss it. But you'll know it's him. It's him. And he grabs the 2
I like it.
margaritas.
That's
He and I
fantastic.
played golf. He said, I'll bring the margaritas. He told me how to make the perfect margarita. And if you want to know, the big secret is a splash of orange juice to take a little of that tartness out of there. That's Jimmy Buffett's
Speaking
idea
of tarts.
margarita. Number 4. I would dive into a pile of Dianes. Diane Lane, Diane Keaton, Diane Farr, Diane Birch, Diane Kruger.
Never heard of the last 3.
Well, because they're over the age you and Gil Wiley would date.
Don't bring me down.
Okay.
I went out with one of them. Someday you think about all of those people and figure
If
out
it was
which one.
Diane Lane, I'm impressed.
Oh, I would have loved to go out with her.
So we're down to 5.
Number 3. Oh, Shanahan's crab cakes. Not Mike Shanahan at home. But
Slather yourself
the
up with
ones I
some
had
tartar
Saturday.
sauce and
Yeah, the ones that remoulade, a little bit of remoulade, maybe some horseradish, dive in there. I once bought Barry Fay, the famous promoter here. He loved crab cakes, so for his birthday, I got him a crab cake. And they said, "Oh, we can do that." I said, "No, a crab cake."
Like a big cake.
That was one of the
like it.
most expensive things I ever bought before, and he ate it all by himself.
I'll bet.
Yep. Number 2 would be key lime pie. That is my favorite dessert in the whole world. Key lime pie. Can you imagine diving into all that whipped cream and the crust and just sitting there and you'd come out of it and you'd weigh 500 pounds and you'd have whipped cream.
I think I saw that in a porn movie.
I think it was Monty Python, wasn't it?
I don't know. And number 1 thing I would dive into would be a parallel universe where I'm 21 again and I have my memory, my intelligence, and my car.
What car?
Because a car, well, when I had the Porsche, people said, if you could go back to high school with everything you know now, if I went back to high school with my Porsche, I wouldn't need all that other stuff because girls were enticed by really nice cars. You know that. If you had a lousy car, you had no chance.
All right.
You probably had a great car. 'Cause
No, I didn't. I couldn't afford a car. I inherited my grandfather's Impala.
that's what
Who
I
are
had.
you, Ice Cube?
My
Your
pick
grandpa
six.
was Ice Cube?
The 6 things I'd like to dive into. An end zone full of these things, okay? I'm going M&M's.
Oh, see,
But
that's why you
only-
guys make a good
But not
team.
the peanut. Only the plain. Not into the peanut. Don't like mixing my nuts with my chocolate.
Sounds like an
That's
Alms
all right.
commercial gone
All right.
terribly wrong.
Staying with the food theme. Number 5, a big vat of really good sourdough bread and butter. Warm sourdough bread and butter. Nothing. I make a meal out of that.
I could see that.
But staying with the food theme, from Shanahan's, a big end zone of lobster macaroni and cheese.
I don't know that I want to be in
I have had, not from Shanahan's,
Kramer.
I have
All right,
had.
now I'm going to get away
lobster.
from the food, okay?
Macaroni and cheese.
I would like an end zone full of hot water to dive into. The world's biggest hot tub. I love hot tubbing. Love it. Number 2, along your Diane theme here, I would like to dive into an end zone full of Victoria's Secret models. and I can't believe that you didn't use this one.
You could do that at the mall.
I want to dive into an end zone full of $100 bills, and then I could buy all those other 5
Well,
things.
you don't get to take the stuff with you. You're just diving into it.
a few will slip into my pocket. Troy, you got 6?
I did have 6. They might have
Do we have
scratched
Troy's?
them. After this,
All
you
right.
guys are way more imaginative. Chewy Sprees, my
the hell
favorite
are those?
candy.
What are those?
They're sour candies.
Are they in the little wrapper in the square?
They used to be, but they're not anymore. They're sold
Those are
in a bag.
Starbursts.
They're
maybe,
sour
yeah.
like sweet tarts, but they're chewy,
Okay.
and they're very sour and they're chewy
So you eat them all the time.
all the time.
Okay. Number
That's
5.
my Red Bull now.
Number 5.
Marshmallows, be a nice, comforting landing. I have a bad back.
You can take them home and make s'mores.
Yeah, I'm not a big s'mores guy. It's like that line
Okay,
from
then don't.
Clerks. It's like, I hate people, but I love public gatherings. All right, number 4.
You would have been good with
Chewy
that thing
Sprees!
in Ghostbusters where the Marshmallow Man came
I
out.
know that Stay Puft the
Puft
Marshmallow
guy.
Man. That would be funny.
Didn't you just do Chewy
Yeah,
Sprees?
but I'm reminding you again, Chewy Sprees.
Oh, okay.
That's my
You
Red
like
Bull
them
of
that
candy.
much, huh?
Oh yeah.
So he would dive twice.
Yes.
Got it.
Sugar cookies, the
Really?
soft, like right when they come out of the oven, they're still soft and doughy. You just jump
You
into
and
it.
I are not going for dessert together.
Yeah.
We don't
You
like.
just
we don't
dove
have the
into
same taste.
butter.
Chocolate.
You would be
Chocolate,
blind.
butter.
You would have probably glaucoma from butter. I'd be walking around.
But it would be worth it.
I'd be blind and I'd be satisfied from cookies. All right, here we go. Number 2, snow. I'm not a big ski guy, but I still think it's when I wreck skiing and you fall back into snow, or you snowball fight and you fall back into snow. It
Do
is
snow angels.
snow angels as a kid. It's
Into
funny because
that?
I grew up water skiing, not snow skiing. I mean, I know I'm functional on the slopes, but there is still part of living here that the snow. I love falling into snow,
Okay.
the powder. And the number 1 thing I would fall into is very obviously Chewy Sprees.
That's a lot of Chewy Sprees. You know, my son ate Skittles a lot, like Marshawn Lynch. His teeth were full of cavities. He had to give them up. I don't know how Marshawn Lynch does it. Then again, those might not be his teeth. Pick 6, sponsored by Davidson's Liquors. Fans
We
of the
know it's
Sports
his
Show
crotch.
can get $10 off any online order of $50 or more at davidsonsdenver.com. So you have to do it online, davidsonsdenver.com, and use the promo code SPORTSSHOW10, and you can get $10 off any order of $50 or more.